masking one's emotions, which means the pretensions when you it's based on really pretension. Um, what do I mean by that? I found out in this not so much a case study, but in my interactions or interacting with people in basically in group settings, it's how we are judging each other. Let me see if I can further explain that in a real life experience. For example, if dealing with role playing, I know I've heard that um, I think China does not like the role playing. You know, it's not a part of their culture. Role playing, and I several cases or evidence of masking your emotions is this is that you know how when not, you know I not saying you know, but when I was sharing people some of the you share information with people and they say that they want to help and but the information that you share with them, they say that they're going to get back with you, and then they don't get back with you, and we live in an age of technology, whereas it are bombarded with so many disturbances as well that where we can see who calls and we don't want to be bothered. And well, what's the point then? I was just thinking, man, that I remember I gave someone a business card, and it's giving them a business card of some of the things that I say that I do. Um, then there is an instance in a group setting. Well, maybe they saw something that was contradictory to what I said that I do. But they say that they were serious of wanting to make contact, uh, further making contact with me. But they may have saw something that may have threw them off. But even though that which was what they saw in a group setting, group therapeutic setting, that they saw what I was doing, but they saw how I say that I did something, but in a different setting, that's key. In a different setting, where I wouldn't have um, responded or reacted or done or responded and reacted in the way in which I was role playing, if that makes sense. In a group, in a different environment, different circumstances, different situation. And so therefore I was judged by what they perceived and judged me to respond and respond in a manner, in a way in which they could have deemed to be inappropriate. And that also could lead to the other individual finding trying to find value or make his or her point, but did it in what could be deemed in an inappropriate way, based upon the perceiver, based upon the perceiver. Because if there was an instance that took place with a gentleman in a job setting, in different setting, then he got with a group of people and said this is what transpired, because he couldn't, the individual was giving an example, but he couldn't recall everything that transpired. But maybe in the role playing was misinterpreted and inappropriate, and therefore the individual was judged by that, knowing that in the actual incident, or the actual, not incident, but the actual interaction prior to the role playing, it didn't take place as the role that one played displayed, and then therefore the individual was judged by that, and doing so, it could have possibly pushed the people who were in the group or away from that particular individual. So they really never really get a chance to really interact or get to know. I mean, never get a chance to interact, further interact, and further get to know that the individual, when the actual situation occurs, that he or she will not respond and act in that manner. And for me, that's ethics. Yes. But there are those who can mask and say that they are, professional all day long, but yet when they go to their homes and their houses, I don't know, but they find ways to let their emotions out in an inappropriate manner, just trying to live up to the standards of the society or another, whereas you must live by your own morals, your own ethics, and your own standards. And I'm not saying you're going out there without any moral conscience, without any guidance, knowing your limitations. But I also associate that with conflict as well. As you mask your emotions, you pretend to be something that the society says this is what you should be, and that's not the case. And also, when you are in a real life situation, because each situation is different, that you are not going to respond in the manner, in the way of the of a role playing, or playing a role in a different environment amongst different groups, because the situation is different and the environment is different. So that's why the ultimate aim is not only to have emotional stability, or to be in control of your emotions, but to have psychological stability. Yes, to be psychologically stable. Yes.